Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am starting yet another new series. I want to talk about The Mandalorian, the Disney Plus Star Wars show, because season 2 has just begun yesterday as I record this, on the 30th of October, and I've watched it twice because I enjoyed it, and yeah, I want to talk about it. It's kind of a review, I guess, but I'm gonna keep to very minor spoilers because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I'll kind of keep it to kind of the general setup, some of the actors that are in the episode, but I'll avoid any of kind of the big spoilers and that, just because, I think that's the best way of doing it. If people want to hear me talk more detail about some of the other stuff, let me know, and I'll do some full spoiler reviews in the future, maybe, for the next episodes, but we'll see how we go. In terms of my own history with Star Wars, when I first got into it, there was only 3 films, which is a lifetime ago now. And I love the original trilogy. I saw the first one at the cinema when they re-released it in 1997 or 8, I can't remember which. And I had them on VHS, and I used to watch them a lot. I'm a fan of I'm fine with the prequels and the sequel trilogy. People are quite mixed on them, but I'm cool with it all. Read a lot of the books as a kid. Played a lot of the computer games, so Star Wars has always kind of been there, and I kind of fell out with it a bit, not massively. I just kind of, you grow up and you get other interests, and things happen. But then the sequel trilogy got me kind of back into it and the stuff that came with it. So my most favourite thing in recent years is Star Wars Rebels, the animated show. That's been my absolute favourite Star Wars thing. I'd say that's probably is my favourite Star Wars thing now. But the Mandalorian is right up there. I really enjoyed the first series. I thought it would be kind of a fun Star Wars bounty hunter show, which it is, but it was a bit more than that. My favourite thing is just the relationship with Mando and the child. I like this. It's a touching story about war orphans at the heart of it, which I quite like. That's what really kind of resonates with me. But yeah, so we're into the second series now, and the basic setup for this season, it seems, is Mando wants to reunite the child, or Baby Yoda, as I may call him a few times, because why not? That's what he's best known as, even though it's not his name, but I've no problem with that. But yeah, he wants to reunite him with his people, which they just loosely refer to as the Jedi, because no one knows the name of the actual species. This is only the third one we've seen in the main continuity, as far as I'm aware. And he goes off to find other Mandalorians who may be able to tell him where to find Baby Yoda's people, the child's people. And it's quite a vague sort of setup, but I feel like this season's going to be the same as the previous one, where you've got sort of self-contained stories, but then kind of linked together, sort of thing. Like in the first series, when he goes to different places and meet different people, and then those characters pop up again later in the season. I'm assuming the first season is fair game, by the way, when it comes to spoilers, just in case I say anything. So, I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably watched the first season and this new episode. I don't know why else you would be, but if you are, fine, carry on watching it by all means, but I'll be careful. But yeah, it's pretty standard setup, but it gives us a lot of scope. So in this one, there's a cool little fight scene at the start where which is nice to see him doing some hand-to-hand combat as well with people who are his size or bigger, sort of thing. And then he heads back to Tatooine, which is a place we obviously know quite well, to investigate reports of a Mandalorian there. And again, I won't go into too much detail about that, but Timothy Oliphant's in this as well, and Timothy Oliphant is a great actor, and I really, really like him in this especially. But yeah, he's another one of those supporting characters that I hope pops up again, kind of thing, which I'm pretty sure he will do, because he kind of has the same sort of role as Gina Carano's Cara Dune, or Carl Weathers' Grief Karga, I think his name is, in the first season, where they're allies and that kind of thing. But yeah, so this episode has a few bits that are kind of nods to the original films and to classic Star Wars stuff, which I'm okay with. I don't necessarily need it. I'm happy if the Mandalorian is just its own new thing, and every now and then there's a character from something else, or I don't need all the little references and stuff. But then I don't mind them. I don't mind. I know people call it fan service, but I don't care. I'm a fan, so service me. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, it's I enjoy that. I felt this episode was probably quite a few sort of nods in it, but not to the point where I found it to be distracting or anything. But yeah, I like this episode. Like I say, it was one of the self-contained ones. Very, very strong Western theme in this one, because it's in a kind of a desert planet, and you get that sort of vibe anyway. And Star Wars has always had strong roots in kind of westerns and that kind of thing. But I really like how they portrayed Tusken Raiders in this episode, or Sand People, because until sort of the prequels, they were always just seen as being savages. You see their village in like the prequels, so there's a bit more to them. But in this one, they're not just a threat. Like Mando can communicate with them, and he trades with them, and he works with them in this episode, and some of the other people do as well. Because the basic setup is there's a big crate dragon, which is something we've heard and referenced a lot in Star Wars in the past, and it always seems to have kind of different versions depending on what it's in. If it's in a computer game or what have you, or there's like a skeleton of one in the first film, which doesn't look anything like the one in this, but that's fine. It's different interpretations, and it's a huge monster that's a bit like the sandworms from Dune, or it reminds me a bit of Tremors as well, kind of thing. The movies or movie, but yeah. But yeah, I found it was quite a simple setup, but a lot to it, which I really liked as well. But yeah, the really, really good action scenes, really quite large scale as well. Like, I don't know how they shot a lot of these. I know they have that really cool stage where it's got the CGI kind of backgrounds, and they just shoot everything against that, which at the moment is probably a real bonus because you don't have to go anywhere. You can just do everything in one place and have everyone you need there whenever you need them, kind of thing. But I feel like the budget has been increased quite a lot in this season, judging off this first episode. But I think the first season the budget was like $1 million an episode, which is crazy, for TV. But also I feel it's probably more this time. But I don't know for sure. But yeah, I would say I really like the action scenes in this one. I really found the whole thing exciting. It's quite a long episode. It's about 54 minutes. Normally in the first season the episode's about 30 to 40 minutes, but I'm not going to complain about that. And yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a really, really good start. I'm really interested to see where it goes. There is a pretty huge stinger at the end. Well, not really a stinger, because the stinger comes after credits. This is just the end of the episode, but you know what I mean. And it's pretty massive. Like, I won't say what it is just in case, but I mean, if you're on the internet, you've probably seen it by now. But I really, really liked it. It made me feel excited about Star Wars in a way I've not felt since Rebels ended, kind of thing. But yeah, that was really, really cool. I really like that a lot. So yeah, really good thumbs up from me for this episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I'll keep doing this as a regular thing. There's only 8 episodes, so it won't be a particularly long series, but that's all good for me. I like having them once a week. I don't like binge watching, so I like it kind of being one at a time sort of thing. You can enjoy it and take your time with it. But yeah, that's it from me for now. Yeah, please leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think about the episode. Leave it in the comments. If you would like me to get more into spoilers in future episodes, let me know that as well. I'll see what I can do. Obviously, if you're going to talk spoilers in the comments, please put spoiler before it, just in case. We don't want people getting upset. But yeah, thank you very much. Speak to you next time.